You're listening to
My Mama's Daughter. Today, we talk about the body.
and our love for it.
Mom! Hi, guys. Welcome back to My Mama's Daughter.
So today's episode 4, and we're talking about our bodies.
Because when you're talking body, you've got a perfect one, so put it on me.
It's a song. She didn't make it up.
I know.
I gave her too much credit the last time thinking that, oh, she's genius, but
So
actually it's
original.
a song.
I know. So today we're talking about kind of everything about your body.
Like how our body has changed, what is done to us, the good and the bad too, because some things are good. Back in the day, I remember feeling like, this is kind of nice. And now I'm like, not so good.
And also body positivity. I think that's a really important one. So we'll kind of touch on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are not afraid, but I guess grossed out by things that happen to, well, we can really only speak to a woman's body because we're women.
Well,
But if you're grossed out by vaginas or shitting, then this is not the episode for you.
But guys, you probably should listen so that you could have a little bit of empathy for your significant other or your sisters or your
should
mothers.
get over it.
Yes. And the shitting part, I mean, that
Happens to everyone.
everybody shits. So get over
yeah,
it.
I'm a firm believer that everyone will shit their pants at least once in their life.
Yes.
Both of us have.
Yes.
I have friends who have not yet, and every time they hear my story, they're like, oh, that's so weird. Like, how did that happen? And I'm like, actually, no, yours just didn't happen yet. It's going
It's
to
gonna happen.
As
an adult.
As
Let's
an
say
adult.
as an adult when you
everyone,
shit yourself.
yes, sorry, to clarify, everyone will shit themselves as an adult.
Yes.
Once in their life.
Yes.
You have a shitting your pants story, right? Like, when did you shit your
Yes.
pants?
I'm so embarrassed. Okay, I'm putting it out there for everybody. So, Gavin was he was in a car seat. So, I don't know, 2, 3. You were probably 9, 10. But we were leaving dinner.
Don't remember.
Yeah, thank goodness. But you guys were all in the car. I had Dad pull over. He couldn't understand why we couldn't just wait to get home. We were just blocks away. But we pulled over.
Did you tell him you had to shit?
Yes, I said, honey, my stomach, I don't know. And we just had Benihanas, so something made my stomach just go crazy. So he pulled over, and I ran, and somebody was in there before me, and I was like, oh, and I just thought, okay, just a little gas. But it wasn't gas. And then I run in, and I couldn't, you're undoing, and it just started, I couldn't control it. It was just coming out, and I was wearing white shorts, and I totally remember my outfit that day. I don't know why, but it was a blue polo shirt and white shorts, and I remember just going, oh my god, what am I going to do? How am I going to go back outside? But luckily, it didn't go through the shorts. It just went to my underwear. I took them off. I threw them away, and I was like...
So it was like a little one. Was it a hard?
No, it was like pudding. Anyway, it was really bad, but it wouldn't stop. It just couldn't stop. And I was sweating. I was like, am I going to throw up next? Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, it was food poisoning for sure. And then I knew somebody was outside because you could hear the doorknob, and that's like the worst feeling. I walk out, and there's this lady with her little daughter who was probably like 7, like, oh, I gotta pee. And I was so embarrassed. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm sick. I'm so sorry. I had an accident. And I just like kept walking. I was so embarrassed. And I get out, and Dad's like, are you okay? I'm all, yeah, just go home.
You didn't tell him what happened?
How am I going to tell him? Grandma and Uncle Jerry were in the car. And I'm... Oh my God, I was mortified, but it was so funny now that I look back. But yeah, it was horrible. But you had, I think your
I
story
think
like,
I take the gold.
Yours was bad. Mine was bad, but I think I would have been more embarrassed if I was you.
Well, this is like the most horrifying,
It's a good
embarrassing. I was in college, and I remember after class, I had a date. Oh, shocker.
That's when she said
But this guy was so cute. I remember that we had met on like Abbott Kinney in Venice. And
I wonder
he was just,
how
like,
he is now.
I don't
You should
even
search him.
know. I don't even want to
Maybe
know
he's
because
watching
it was like
right now, and then you'll know what
it was
happened.
like never. It's like one of those
What if
things.
he is watching?
If he is watching, well, he finally has an answer to what the fuck happened because
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea to go to Five Guys after class to have dinner pre-date. Because I think that's a thing. Like, you eat before your date, so you're not, like, scarfing down food. And if you ever seen me eat before, then you know that I shouldn't be doing that on a date. For those of you guys who know me and know what I looked like in college, I was, like, very tan, pretty thin, and long hair. And I wore bodycon dresses. So I was wearing a bodycon dress and platform heels. We went to go to the Standard downtown. And I remember just getting in my car, my little Jetta, which was fairly new, like maybe like 6 months new. And I remember feeling my stomach kind of turn, and I was like, what is that? Like, it doesn't feel good. I got out of the car, went to go to the elevator, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I just, like, I was the only one in the elevator, and I was like, maybe if I just, like, fart, it'll help with these stomach pains, you know? Sometimes you just, like,
oh my God.
if you fart, it helps a little bit. So I was like, okay, I'll just fart.
In the elevator. Why would you do that in the elevator anyway?
Because no one else is in there.
I never want to fart in an elevator.
I know. It was stupid, but I literally thought it was a good idea. So I go to let it out.
Oh my God.
And I had to, like, clench my butt cheeks like this.
Well, first of all,
because
you were probably wearing a thong too.
I
so
was.
Nothing catches it.
Exactly. So I literally was like, the second I realized it wasn't a fart, I just, like, knew to put my hand there. I was like, oh my God. And I, like, caught it with my wallet. All I had was my wallet.
I crack up because wasn't it like a Tory Burch?
Yes, it was a Tory Burch wallet too that I spent like $300 on. And then the elevator door opens to a bunch of guys, like men, I should say, men, standing there. And I just looked at them and I was like, no. I, like, hit closed door. And
Oh my God.
And I literally wrote it down, waddled to my car with my wallet still cupping the fucking shit. And I was going to just dump it. But I couldn't because people started walking towards the car.
So what? Why didn't you just wait till they left?
I was just so mortified that I just got into my car and sat in it.
In her new car.
Disgusting. And I just remember sobbing. And then on top of everything, I had to come up with an excuse as to why I just left this guy hanging because I had texted him when I had texted him when I pulled into the parking garage and I was like, hey, I'm here.
And what did he say?
I told him, I said, my aunt my aunt just went into emergency back surgery, so I have to leave right now. I'm a terrible liar. I just remember after sending the text, I then called you. Per usual, you didn't answer. I pulled off the freeway because I couldn't smell my own shit. Literally, I couldn't smell. Like, it was disgusting. So I pulled off the freeway in, like, Watts area, so right by USC. And I just dumped my underwear in the middle of the street. Sorry for anyone who walked out one day to just hanky-panky.
I'm sure that they found a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I left that there, and I just remember crying, and I had a, like, plastic bag that I laid down on the seat after the fact. I didn't think about doing that before, so I was just smudging it. I called my auntie Libby. She came out to the car, and I ran inside. I showered while she, like, sat in there and cleaned it up for me.
And Weetha was all worried too. And guess what Weetha did? She salvaged the fucking wallet.
Yes. She was like, "This is such a nice wallet. We should definitely save it."
And it wasn't like a smooth wallet. It had a pattern.
It had, like, yes, cutouts, everything in my wallet. I was like,
Weetha fucking saved it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh
that was
God.
Probably, like, that has to go down in the Hall of Fame for shitting yourselves, for sure.
Yes.
Tell them what we did before this.
What?
I took a shot. And now she's almost...
She made me take a shot before this to just kind of chill out. So and I'm already drinking whiskey, so I'm a little bit woohoo. I'm sure you guys noticed because usually I'm more serious. Cheers.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
so if you haven't done so already, then you will be shitting your pants, and we want to hear about it. So let us know.
Actually, I probably don't want to really hear about it.
I
but
do.
Just know that it's okay if you have, because shit happens.
That was a good one. That being said, I mean, that's definitely a time my body has failed me.
Yes. Failed me too. It's like, come on, hold it in.
Just hold it in. It just doesn't
give a shit about me, my ego, anything.
And like I said, like, we're very open as a family. We fart on each other. We burp on each other. And
yeah. Well, you know, I grew up with middle of 7 and 4 brothers. Anything goes.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it.
And that's probably another reason too. My grandma, my dad's mom used to fart all the time and just be like, well, oop.
Better out than in.
Yes. So I was always just super comfortable with that.
I think we all are.
Yeah. And even to this day, I'm like, that's
I know it sounds gross, but.
Yeah. Whoever says that girls don't poop and don't fart, they haven't met us.
Yeah.
Or most girls, actually, because everyone does. Some girls don't actually like fart in public, but I know everyone shits. I would always like try to talk to Gavin about puberty because we were always very open about it, and we would talk about things like we weren't like, for us, we weren't like growing up. We weren't until baby Alex.
Alex, you're gonna kill me, but you're not, because you know that this is true. But he was, I was 13 when he was born, but he would talk about, oh, guess what? I'm in stage 1 of puberty. Like, he would come home.
He would say that?
Yeah, it was so cute. And for us, we thought it was like the cutest thing, because by the time he was going through that, I was, you know, married and had Allie, but we would be like, really? Really? He goes, yeah, so I'm going to get hair in my armpit. Just like, you know, my brothers, you know, like, he was so excited, and we just kind of, like, made it a big deal. And even when my nieces, like, would have their periods, because when we went through all that, my mom didn't really talk to us about it, and I get it, because she didn't have that
why
either.
Not?
My mom, you know, she never would sit down with us and say, okay, you're going to have a period, and this is what's going to happen. Never. So when, like, you know, my nieces went through that, we kind of just made it like, okay, it's not a big deal. This is what we go through. It's okay. And we would just kind of joke about it.
Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure 7th grade is when I learned about periods and giving birth, but not so much sex ed.
And periods are, like, it's a pain and it's scary. And I feel bad for, like, I remember just, like, not knowing what to expect or what to do. And I don't even think I talked to Loopy about it. I just and I don't think I even talked to Veronica about it. You know, like, I don't think that we as sisters talked about it.
Meanwhile, like us, we talk about
about it all the time.
To the point where my little brother would bring us tampons if we were, like, needing a
the cutest story was when you were with all your friends here in Bellevue, and you're like, Gavin, throw me a tampon. And he's like, what color? The yellow or the green? It was so cute. But I really do think it's important for, you know, for moms and sisters, and to be open about it.
It would be like, oh, did you get pubes in yet? And things like that. And I remember, speaking of pubic hair, I remember you in high school when I started getting pubes, and I wanted to get waxed because my friends were getting waxed, and you wouldn't let me. You're like, why do you need to be waxed? Are you a porn star? And I was like, what the fuck? I literally was
like what? In my mind, it was like, that's important, because in my mind, that's kind of what happened. But, like, I didn't really get waxed till later in life, and it was because of, I guess I was kind of like an old school, like, village girl.
That was crazy.
I know.
And now I mean,
the millennials do it, and they go from head to toe. You know, everything has to be waxed. But for me, I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't.
It's not just millennials.
No,
I feel like other people do.
But
as well.
But when you were growing up,
you just grew up differently.
No, because in my day, it wasn't about waxing. In the 80s, that wasn't a thing yet, and it turned into that.
But I also think that you were more like, I mean, obviously you didn't even talk to your own sisters about periods.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
So, like, for me, I'm like, okay, yeah, we shaved, and I would talk about that with my friends, and then some people waxed. I didn't really start waxing until after college.
Yeah.
and then I would wax pretty regularly, and now I'm kind of like over it.
It's like too much trouble. I'm so like, I don't mind. It's a painful, one, and two, it's like I don't even do my nails, so it's like, ugh, I don't want to have to go there every 6 weeks or however long.
I just like the way it feels.
I do too.
After getting it done, but then now I feel like I've come to a point, because I don't shave really, my pubic hair grows back much softer. Do you ever know? Oh, you shave.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like let it grow. And
I just wish that I wish that I didn't have like armpit hair.
Yes,
that's
where I want to get laser.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're like really grown out because we're gonna try to wax them.
We're gonna wax them so that you can see the result. She didn't let me do it. We don't have a lot of hair on my legs.
Yeah,
arms.
I don't shave my arms, and people who've seen my arms in real life, you can see my leg hairs will get really long. And I think the only place that my body hair is coarse is my armpits and my vagina.
And you know what's funny is that my mom has really, like, her arms are like that, and I think we get that from her probably because she's very soft and she doesn't have hair either. But
my friends always say that I have the softest skin, and I don't even... This sounds probably so annoying, but I don't even...
Moisturize it?
No.
Really? You should.
I know I should for other reasons.
When you were a baby, people would always say, "Can I touch you?" Oh my gosh, you're so soft. Like people would say that to me all the time. Yeah, like I'd be like, okay.
You just let a bunch of random people touch me?
Well, like they would just hold you and touch you, or they would say that you're mushy.
I still am.
I know. I kind of am
like that. Even when I was like really thin in high school, I was still mushy, and I played sports. Like I just was never like.
Yeah, I'm never firm either.
Yeah.
I'm not toned even,
And that's okay.
I used to have kids and be able to get back in shape and do things like that. It's just not the same, but a lot of it has to do with, menopause. And that's kind of what I'm going through is menopause.
Yeah.
And for me, that kind of goes into like migraines. That's something that I've always had migraines throughout my life. And I didn't really know they were migraines. I just thought I always had headaches. My sisters have migraines too, so...
Thank God I don't, because it sounds horrible.
It does, but for a long time I really, just hated saying, "Oh, I have a headache, I have a headache." When I finally went to a neurologist and she said, "Oh, no, you have migraines," I was like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. The menopause has triggered my migraines where they've gotten so much worse.
What else are you feeling from menopause?
The normal heat flashes.
Hot flashes?
Yes. Hot flashes. Yes. Hot flashes. And but I think that everything aches. Like I just feel tired. I always used to feel tired.
And what about your period?
My period is all the fucking time.
It's insane.
And I think that now that Allie and Kristen are both living at the house. No, this is real. Like, you know how when you're around people, like when you used to live with...
Yes, you sync up. It's a thing.
So now, when you start
but how are you syncing up to 2 people?
Exactly.
I think we'll all get on the same cycle this summer.
No, so you start, I start having a little... It's not a full-on period. And then, okay, I'm good. 2 days later, Kristen starts. Oh, there I go. So every time I start, it's like... my migraine
but
starts.
That's menopause, right?
Yeah, I guess. And it is all normal, what I'm going through. And it's just part of menopause and the fact that I have migraines. And there's really not much I can do. I get Botox, which is, I don't get... Of course, if I could afford Botox to look younger, I would do it. But I can't afford it. But luckily, I get it. But you can still see my frowns, kind of. I don't know. But can you see them?
No.
You can't? So can you tell I get Botox? Now, after several different experiments of try this, try that for my migraines, they decided, okay, you qualify for getting Botox. So I go in every 12 to 14 weeks and she injects me all over, including my neck and my back, which really helps. The very last, like the 11th week or so, I start getting migraines for a whole week, and I know my body starts going, which is kind of sad, that I have to go through that. But the one perk is that smoother lines on the forehead.
I'm a big believer in, like, if
Self-care and taking care of it.
No, like, if you want to get plastic surgery to make yourself feel better, fucking go for it. Like,
yeah.
Like,
whatever makes them
people
happy.
need to chill the fuck out on who they're, like, how they're judging people, I feel like. Because it's always, you know, one way or another.
Right.
And you just, everyone.
And that's part of, like,
women, I mean, men go through it too in various ways, but we just can't speak to it as we could speak to it as being women. But, like, God, we're, like, gifted with these bodies that we just fucking beat up over and over again with all these insecurities, whether it's like, you know, you're hearing it from your family about your feet. Like, I cannot wear open-toe shoes because I'm so insecure about my feet because of you guys. But
they look like Dad's feet.
And
wait, do you think Dad has cute feet?
I think he has normal feet, like human.
Then why do
feet.
you talk shit about his feet sometimes?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing.
It's
we
just
all
like a
do
joke.
it. We all, but being like young, like in high school and older, having these thoughts, I'm like, ugh. Now to this day, it's like I can't. And I remember when I like first started like having sex and like showing my boobs and stuff, I was like, are my nipples normal? Or even like I'd be like, is my vagina normal? Because I
still think I'm not normal.
Because I would hear like my guy friends or people just in general talk about like, oh, that girl's vagina, which is not cool anyways to begin with, or like that girl's nipples, or blah, blah, or
I don't like
see
that.
Her nipples are kind of like this, and blah blah blah. So I remember like always being like, oh fuck, are my nipples weird? Like they don't look.
I don't like that.
Some of my friends, like I would see some of my white girlfriends that have like teeny tiny little nipples, and I'd be like, oh, those are so cute.
I wish I had tiny little nipples.
I would see some that had like big ass nipples, and then mine, and I'd be like, oh well, and then if they're pink or brown or pink or brown, one of my friends has like long hair on her nipples, and I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, and she actually, this friend of mine, she is so body positive, and I think that having these conversations with her always like made me like, wow, like
it's okay.
Yeah, and
but I try to do that though.
It's completely normal, and I'm like, wait, what? I don't have hair on my nipples, and then I would be like, you know, like learning that everybody's bodies are different. And I remember I asked my gyno, I was like, do I have a normal vagina? And she's like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't know. Once I've Googled what is a normal vagina.
Don't Google that on your freaking computer.
Why?
Then they're gonna like, what if something happens and they're gonna be like, oh, this woman was like,
looking at vaginas?
Yes, Suri's
Who
gonna
cares?
know.
I remember Googling it and being like, and nothing like really came up
There's
clear.
Not
There's not like this is what a vagina should look like. Like you have your diagrams in school and stuff, and you're like, whatever. But I remember being like, wow, like my like inner lips are a different color than some of the ones that I see. Mine are probably the same as yours. We should look at each other's vaginas after this.
No, thank you. They're not gonna be anything alike.
Why?
Because we're different
I guess
colors.
Your nipples are darker than mine,
yes. And I've had 3 children, so
yeah, I don't know.
Have 3 children,
Vaginas
and
are
then
just very interesting to me.
Yes,
because they're just all so different. Like I'm like, I have a friend who has an outie vagina. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's like the inner lips, like if you, I don't even know how to describe it, but they're like on the outside, like the inner lips are like on the outside. Because you know how your vagina is like this. Well,
see, I wonder if mine's in or out now. I don't know.
I'll look at it after this episode and let you know. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, what the fuck is an outie vagina? Like, I'd never seen one. And then I like looked at I remember looking at my own, like, well, if I'm like this, like it's in. But then if I went like this, I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, now it's out. So then what does it make it?
Yeah.
And it's an innie, but like that's something.
I have see.
Yeah.
And I'm like 50 and I don't know these things. Everybody's unique.
Well, I guess you could say the same thing about penises for the most part, but I think that vaginas are more interesting because they just vary. There's much more of a variation.
There's more layers.
That was another good one.
I'm on a roll today.
And now, like you said, you never really had this conversation with people before, and like me and my friends, we talk about shit all the time. I feel like that's like the key takeaway is that you know, have these conversations with more women. If you think something is weird, I mean, obviously speak to a medical professional, your gyno, your doctor, things like that about things that are happening, but also talk to your friends.
in my last Mother's Day video, you met one of my friends, Christine, and she said that it was great having a village. And I got really close to my village of my group of friends. And we talked about everything. They were like the girls that I went to talk about things that, like I was growing up with them and just talking about these things. It made me feel so much better. I was kind of naive about a lot of stuff, and I never felt comfortable talking about birth control, this or that.
My periods are so
Yes.
bad, like excruciating. I remember once in high school in basketball practice, we were doing sprints and I had to run off the court and into the bathroom into the fetal position because they're
so
just
much
like
pain.
Yeah, it's just like debilitating. And even now sometimes I have to call out of work. I'm like, I can't be here. I've like had to leave work. I've tried like heating pads and things like that. I don't really like to take pain medication unless it's really, really bad.
What's the one that people take for
Midol.
period? Midol. I can't take that. I've tried taking that and I didn't like the feeling of that.
My flow's insanely heavy. Like, I can go through a tampon like that.
Well, I've gone through that too. Like, my periods have been like super strong for a while, and then they just
but
go
you
to
guys
nothing.
always make it seem like it's weird that I have such a heavy flow. I can't help it. It's normal to have. A lot of people have these issues. You guys just have like lighter, like you can wear a panty liner. Like,
well, right now I can, but sometimes I have like 8 days of heavy flow. It's just different.
Well, I'm interested to see. I just got a Diva cup. Well, it's
Cora. We're all excited
cup,
about
which
it.
Which is similar. It's the same concept, but
have you tried it or no?
No, I haven't been on my period again. But
she's our guinea pig. We told her to try it.
Which it's funny because I do have a heavy flow, so I feel like it's gonna fill up really quickly. Yeah. You know what I don't get with my periods that a lot of girls and women do is I was watching a TikTok the other day and she said that there's like a pain between the vagina and the butthole almost.
There's a what?
A pain.
A pain?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
During your period?
Yes, like you get a cramp there almost. And lower back pain. I don't get that either.
And what about it?
I just get really bad cramps in the front. I'm saying that there's like different
She gets a cramp there when she's on her period?
Yes.
Oh.
Like where do you like?
I get it in like my ovaries.
Yes, me too. It literally just it's almost like you feel them scraping off. But do you get back pain?
Sometimes.
And like my boobs don't really get that sore.
Yeah, mine do.
Like right now, stretch marks is something. Well, I started getting stretch marks because of my period. So my periods, my boobs grow a whole. I almost said tits.
I know.
No, I did.
So raunchy.
But my boobs grow a whole size on my period, and until recently, it wasn't really that big of a problem because my boobs were smaller. But then now that my boobs have gotten bigger, they grow massively.
Yeah.
So I've gotten like stretch marks, which
they shrink and they grow and they shrink. They grow and they shrink.
I'm like, fuck. Now I have stretch marks.
But
then at the same time, I'm like, well, fuck. Everybody gets stretch marks. Like, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, everybody gets them.
You just kind of treat them or whatever.
And I get migraines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't get headaches either.
Oh, I do.
But I guess it's really just my cramps and my flow that's really bad about my period. Again, that's normal, and I didn't know it was that normal to me.
Normal.
Like, I bleed through sometimes, and people are like, how do you bleed through? I'm like, I don't fucking do it by choice. I have some friends that will just use a light tampon, and I'm like,
I wish I was.
That's like my lightest
I just can't
days.
Wait until my menopause is over.
I know.
Obviously, I'm not having any more babies. I just want it over. And some people say, no, you don't want it over because your hormones change. I say, I'm over it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I just want it done. Anyway, so we talked about vaginas.
It's Allie's favorite.
It's Allie's favorite subject, actually.
I just think that the human body in general is so interesting.
She's really into it. You know what? I don't have an issue with being into the human body, but
see, like your reaction is, I think, a part of the
I'm
reason.
more closed in because of the way I grew up.
Yes, and I think that has a lot to do with things that I'm not or it took me a longer time to get confident about.
Yeah.
Like my nipples. Like, I just feel like because we never really talked about it.
Yeah.
And you yourself don't even know the differences of different nipples, vaginas, smells, things like that. and we never talked about it. No, nipples are weird.
No.
Everybody's body is different.
Everybody's body's different. Yes.
And it's okay. To me, it's like, it's beautiful.
No matter what, like, people are beautiful. Like, they could be, like, you know how as a mother you think, oh, my baby's so beautiful, and somebody else might be, the baby is so ugly. But think about it. You know it's true. Not all babies are beautiful to everybody, because the mother always thinks her babies are beautiful.
Fucked up.
It is fucked up, but that's the way it is. But that's the way, like, I look at people and I just think, oh, they're so, like, there's some people that you think, like, are just, maybe it's their personality, maybe it's something about them that makes them beautiful, you know, and maybe they're not the perfect shape, or maybe they're not the perfect, you know, the perfect teeth or the perfect.
But see, that's the thing, is that I don't believe that there's a perfect.
Right.
But
the media does that.
Perfect this or that, like, that's like the
there's
kind
nothing
of,
perfect. Nothing is perfect, is what I'm trying to say.
I know, but I'm saying
maybe the way I'm saying it's not right.
Not sounding right, because, and I think that had very much to do with, like, our generational gap. Like, my generation and younger is way more accepting of people's bodies and weight, lifestyles, and things like that than your generation is.
Unfortunately, maybe.
And for me, like, there is no perfect body. Like, we could, you know, there's definitely, like, marketing and advertising that puts that out there.
Yeah.
That you should be a certain way, and a lot, again, from your generation, that was drilled into our brains from a younger age. But now you look at how far we've come with that, and how, fuck that mentality. Because I was taught God made everyone differently, but he loves us all the same.
The way a mama loves her baby.
Even though we're all different, we are all so beautiful in our own way.
Yeah.
And we deserve the same amount of love for who we are.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I'm so interested in, like, the body, and I'm not afraid to talk about it.
Maybe, like you said, it is an age thing, or
a generational thing, for sure, 1,000%.
My mom would never.
Well, okay.
Like, look what I do with Rita now. Like, I drive her nuts. But like, I go visit her, and then I'll, like, just come out in my t-shirt and underwear, and she'll be like, "Do you want me to bring you a robe?" You know, like, she's just so like, you know. But so it drives her nuts that already she's here, and then I'm here, and then my kids are here. Yeah.
I feel like I'm for sure gonna be, like, a quote-unquote hippie type of mom who is just, I mean, even, like, some of our family who has young kids now, they're fucking naked in front of their kids all the time.
You guys were I was always naked around you guys.
I know, but was Wita?
No, Wita
exactly. You see what I mean? Like, it's, like, progressed, and I feel like, I'm not saying that I'm going to have a naked household. If I did choose to do that, that'd be totally fine, but I do think that, you know, when my daughter's getting older, I would like to have that conversation with her. Like,
my siblings don't have a naked household. I walk out in front of my poor nieces and nephews, and they're like, seriously, like, you guys are like, Mom.
At the end of the day, everyone's body is beautiful, and if you think that it's something is weird or something, I guarantee it's not.
It's not. So just love yourself.
Even if you talk to your friends and they're like, that's not what mine is, like, there's, like, gonna be other people who have bodies.
Yes.
Or shitting their pants stories. Or going through menopause.
Everybody's story is different, for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? Embrace it. Love it. And love yourself.
And again, it's easier said than done, but I think that it's important to take those steps in trying to get there, because at the end of the day, you have one life to live and one body that you're given, and if, you know,
enjoy it while it works. And you don't have to be like, you could be old school like me. Well, I'm not that old school, but you could be like me, or you could be like Allie. No matter what, you just can still love yourself. Yeah. However, whatever makes you comfortable.
And I think most importantly is that when you think something is weird on somebody else, whether it's your friend or a complete stranger, try to just refrain from making them feel that it's not normal.
And they may be self-conscious about it. So
as women, we have so many insecurities as it is. So
women and men, both men too. But
I know, especially as women, because we do, you know, the media targets a specific body type and things that we should be But as women, we all know that we're all very different, and that's so important to build each other up versus picking at each other's imperfections.
Right.
And if
I
a
think we
guy
see that
ever
a lot
tells you
now.
that, then especially fuck him. You should never, ever listen to what a guy is saying or change yourself for what a guy is saying.
Right.
So love yourself. It's easier said than done, but everybody is beautiful.
Yes. Love it.
Thanks again, guys, for watching. I know Gabby is fucked up.
Sorry, I'm going to go have another drink now.
I'm probably going to catch up.
Love you. See you next week.